Hello, welcome to class. We'll be considering Module 5 of fish farming, and the topic is fish farming equipment and farm setup. The contents of the module are fish farming equipment and their uses, hatchery equipment and maintenance, and lastly, safety and hygiene tools for fish farmers. Using the right tools are not optional in fish farming. They are very essential for productivity, fish health, and farm safety. And the reason why equipment matters are equipment helps to simplify daily operations such as feeding, water management, harvesting. Equipment also help to maintain optimal water quality and oxygen levels. Equipment help to prevent diseases and reduce stress on fish. And lastly, equipment ensures the safety of the farmer and the quality of the product. The goal of the module is to identify essential equipment for grow-out ponds and hatcheries and understand their use and maintenance. So we'll move to the essential equipment for grow-out ponds. Number one is aerator. An aerator performs the function of increasing dissolved oxygen in water. And there are different types. You have the paddle wheel, which is useful for large ponds. You have the air diffuser, which is suitable for tanks. And the reason for aerator is that it helps to prevent fish mortality, and especially in high-density ponds. Another important equipment is the net. There are different types of nets. We have the seine net for harvesting the entire ponds. We also have the scoop net for handling and sorting fingerlings, that is the younger fishes. Another equipment is water pumps. Water pumps function it is used for filling. For draining, we use to fill water into the pond, use it to drain water from the pond, and it is useful for circulating water. Other equipment include feeding trays, which is used to reduce feed waste and allows for monitoring consumption. And another equipment is weighing scale water test kits. It helps to monitor growth and vital water parameters such as the pH, the temperature, the ammonia content. Moving to the hatchery. A hatchery requires special tools for breeding and rearing young fish. As I've said maybe in Module 4, a hatchery is where the eggs are being hatched into fish. So the equipment such as brood stock tanks, spawning tanks, incubation units, and the likes are needed. For the broodstock tanks, it is used for holding and conditioning matured fish for breeding. Then for the spawning tanks, it is a controlled environment for egg laying and fertilization. So it is very suitable for egg laying. The matured fish will lay egg, and also the egg will be fertilized in the tanks. Another important equipment in the hatchery is the incubation unit, and it is used for hatching fertilized egg into fry under a controlled condition. Inside the hatchery also, we have the aeration system. It is critical for providing oxygen to sensitive eggs and fry. Also, we have water heater / water coolers. It helps to maintain optimal temperature for development of the fry. And we also have this microscope. It is good for assessing egg fertility and monitor the fry health. Then we'll move to safety and hygiene tools. In fish farming, safety and hygiene tools are non-negotiable, and they include a protective gear. This could be a rubber boot, it could be a glove, aprons, and the likes. And the purpose is to protect the farmer from contaminants and chemicals. Also, we have the disinfectant and food bait. The purpose is to prevent the spread of pathogens between ponds and hatchery unit. We have a first aid kit. It is also essential for immediate treatment of farm workers' injuries. Also, there is need for waste disposal system. This is good for proper disposal of waste and leftover feed to prevent water contamination. Linking equipment to farm scale. The scale of your operation actually dictates your equipment need. For a low scale fish farmer, let's say maybe a backyard, or you have just few ponds, you just need to focus on basic tools such as the scoop net, the feeding trays, simple aerators, and test kits, and other basic tools. So for your tools, you can budget like 500,000 to 1.5 million naira. For a medium scale, which has a commercial focus, you need to add efficiency when selecting your tools or your equipment. So the use of a C9 net, a paddle wheel aerator, water pumps, dedicated hatchery equipment, and the likes are very essential. So you need to budget up to like 2 million to 5 million for your equipment need. If a large scale, let's say an industrial setup, you need to focus on automation and volume. So industrial aerators is essential. Recirculating system is essential. You need a full hatchery, need processing unit, and every other essential equipment. We budget a minimum of 8 million naira for that, for the equipment purchase. Principle of equipment maintenance. Why do we maintain equipment? When we maintain equipment, it ensures the equipment work when you need it. It also extends their lifespan and saving money for a long-term use. If equipment are well maintained, there will be a prevention of diseases, because dirty nets can spread pathogens across the pond or the fishing area. So the key maintenance practice to maintain as a fish farmer include you need to clean and disinfect the nets, the trays, the tanks, and every other resources or tools used needs to be disinfected. Then you need to check and service maybe the pumps, the machines, the aerators, and every other machines for blockage and leakages. Also, you need to calibrate and store properly. For instance, the water test kits and the meters, you need to calibrate them rightly and you need to store them properly. Also, you need a sharp and functional equipment. You need to keep all your tools in good repair for safe use. Designing a functional farm layout. A good setup enhances workflow and biosecurity. So for a good design, you need to consider the logical zoning. You need to separate the hatchery, the grow out, and the feed storage area. So you need to separate all those units from each other. Also, you need water flow. Inlet should be a clean water source and should be upstream of drainage. Also, there is need for biosecurity. You place the food bait at the entrance to critical zones. There are critical zones that are very delicate, such as the hatchery. So you need to put the food bait at the entrance. Also, you need to control access to prevent unauthorized entry into the fish farming area or the hatchery section. Also, accessibility. You need to ensure pathways for easy feeding. There must be an access to pathways for easy feeding, monitoring, and harvesting. Considering budget. With a limited budget, there is need to prioritize based on impact. So the important and uncompromisable are water quality management. The water test kit and a basic aerator system are essential. So without good water, nothing else matters in fish farming. Also, another uncompromisable factor is efficient feeding. Feeding trays are needed to control the biggest cost, that is the feed. And also for harvesting and handling, you need the right type of net, like Sinai or scoop net. The reason for this is that investing in water quality and feed efficiency directly determines survival rate and profitability, forming the foundation upon which everything else is built. In conclusion, the right equipment used and maintained correctly is a force multiplier for your fish farming. That is, it increases your productivity. Hence, you need to match tools to your skill and production goals. You need to don't underestimate hatchery tools if you produce your own fingerlings. Also, safety and hygiene tools are not optional. They are integral to a sustainable business. And prioritize your budget on items that directly impact fish health and survival. So a well-equipped and well-organized farm is a productive, profitable, and a safe farm. So when choosing your equipment, ensure that you choose rightly. Thank you so much for listening. See you in next class.